am Stacy from LuLaRoe, Stacy and Melissa, and this is
Melissa.
And we are LuLaRoe Fashion Consultants, and we've been doing this for about 7 months, and we have not, I don't want to say had the time, but we really haven't had the time to do the YouTube videos.
I don't want to say we haven't had the time, but we haven't had the time.
We haven't had the time to do YouTube videos because we've been both working 2 jobs and having families, and we think it's really important for people to get to know us. So
and kind of hear about our journey.
Yeah, like our journey's been interesting.
It's been
and
ups and downs and backups and
yeah.
ups.
So real quick, I am married and I have 2 kids. One is going to be 5 and one is going to be 9. And they are very needy children, like needy in the sense
Not at
of
all.
that they have to be played with
Constantly.
all the time. They cannot have alone time, so makes LuLaRoe nice and fun. And for my day job, I work for a clinical research company, and I'm just going to say that I do project management because I'm kind of like Ross. I don't really know what I do.
I like when people ask me what you do. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
project manager.
So, and Melissa and I have been friends for like
15 years?
15 years,
Plus.
maybe,
I don't know, something like that.
depending on the year.
There have been some ups and downs in that one.
I think there was like 2 years we didn't talk.
2 years?
Maybe.
Not consecutively. Like throughout the 15 years, if you total up all the times we didn't talk, it might be
May
like a
equal
year.
2 years? A year?
Very good.
Well,
And I'm Melissa. I am also married with 2 crazy children. One of them is 2.5 and the other one is 6.5. And they are extremely needy and wild and crazy, but wonderful. I am a teacher outside of LuLaRoe, and any teachers out there, you know how that goes. It's madness and chaos 10 months out of the year. I work at a year-round school, though, which is pretty cool because I'd get 9 weeks in and then 2 weeks, 3 weeks off after 9 weeks. So it gives me a nice little break to rescue Stacy when she's
not really, because
busting her butt.
then she has mini mutt.
I do. And
So she
my,
thinks it's time to rescue me, but it's really not.
no, because then I bring my crazy 2-year-old over to her house.
And I still can't find my remote. So anyway, let's talk about how we got into LuLaRoe. So Melissa started wearing it, I would say, in what year
October
of 2015. Because 2016 we were
started,
selling.
yes.
And I seriously thought it was the ugliest clothing you can ever
She
imagine.
called them my grandma pants.
It was hideous.
I was like, rub my leg. She's like,
Yeah.
I don't really care. I don't want to rub your leg. I was like, no, rub it.
She pulled the rub me leg, and I was like, not interested. And then I went with a friend, Talitha, who's another consultant, to try them on. And they were freaking soft.
I told you to rub my leg. Your husband rubbed my leg.
So, needless to say, 60 pairs later, my husband said, why don't you just invest and become a consultant? So I consulted with Melissa, and Melissa turned me down.
I said, no, it's too much.
So on March 15th, I submitted my paperwork to become a consultant. And when that time was, it was like a huge bolus of people wanting to be consultants. So there was a 3-month wait. And then on
Easter
Sunday, you could tell it.
we were over for dinner, and she started telling us that she signed up, and I was like, what, you signed up? And she's like, I asked you didn't want to. And my husband looked at me and goes, she asked you and you said no? And I was like, I don't have the money, I don't have the time. I was like, I'm a teacher, I tutor, I have 2 kids, I don't have any like disposable cash laying around, I don't want to put it on a credit card. And my husband's like, no, you're doing it. And I was like, no, I'm not. He's like, yeah, you are. Sign her up with you, Stacy. You're doing it. And I was like, yeah, no. And he's like, no, you're doing it. So, needless to say, I did it. And I looked into interest-free credit cards. And we got an interest-free credit card. And I put my half on the interest-free credit card.
Which is great because then you were able to pay it off in 12 months. So, you know, a lot of people I hear about, you know, wanting to sign up and the money is a factor. And yes, it is a hefty coin to put down.
And it's nerve-wracking.
It is nerve-wracking. And the clothes sell themselves. But one of the things that I've learned throughout the journey that Melissa has seen as well is
It's work.
it's work.
It's real work.
It's not.
It's a job.
Yeah, it is not you just get clothes and boom, you make money. Like, yes, you will make money, but you need to put your clothes in front of people.
And a lot of people.
So that's like one of the main messages that we try to tell our new people is if you're getting into this for a quick buck,
It's work.
it's work and you will make
It is
money.
a second full job.
Yes. So anyway, then we got our call. So the call takes like 5 minutes. They literally ask you pretty much your banking information because you've already filled out all of your applications. They have everything. It's just really the purchasing that you're doing at that point.
And at that time, they had a specific package. They still have a specific package.
They still
right?
have packages, and they have add-on packages.
Gotcha. That package thing had just started. When
Yes,
we
because-
logged on. So it was a whole new, like, we had all of our planned out, like what
Oh,
we were
yeah.
going to order and how much of this and how much of that. And then, like, about a week before we
Oh my god, it's
onboarded,
terrible.
they were like,
changed
we're
the
doing
package.
packages.
And we were like, what?
You have to get this. And we were like, but we spent a lot of time
Yes,
over
planning.
pedicures and dinner planning what we were going to get.
So after the call, we prepared for these boxes that were going to be arriving to my house because they were going to be housed in my house. And
Well, we started buying stuff before we got the call. We were buying the racks
Yeah.
and the hangers, and we pretty much had almost everything we needed to sell before we got the clothes.
yeah, and we'll do another video on like things that we feel are needed and necessary and what to buy and what not to buy in terms of racks. Because we've kind of been through it.
We've been through lots of racks.
And, you know, if I could save you money because we've spent it, then I'm all for it because, you know, it's a lessons learned. But again, that's business.
Yeah.
So the big brown truck pulls up. I bust out my phone, I put it on video, and I'm videoing it because I'm so excited. And the UPS man comes up with his like airplane shades on. and
He's
was
like, you're not
cool.
videotaping me, are you?
He's like, you're not taking my picture, are you? I'm like, no.
Not at all.
I mean, I wasn't. I was videoing him. I was telling the truth, right? He asked if I was taking his picture.
No pictures. No
So
pictures at all.
I said to him, I was like, hey, you and I are going to be really good friends because you're going to be coming to my house a lot. And he just was not cool about
He
it.
was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So we get these 8 boxes, and I didn't open them.
No, I inspected them when I got to her
Yes.
house. She was like, you cannot open these without me.
Yes.
She's like, are you kidding? It's like, no.
Do you know what it's like to have 8 boxes of LuLaRoe in your home
It was really mean.
that you
Looking
cannot
back on
open?
it.
When I get a box, like I literally open it immediately. I don't really care anymore because we're at that
No,
point
it's
where
fine.
it's like not.
It's not. It's still exciting.
It's
but
exciting.
It's just like so consistent now that it's become like
Yeah.
second nature.
Like 2 to 3 times a week we're getting boxes.
Although you got a little feisty when I opened the
That was
Valentine's Day.
Thanks. When you open that Valentine's Day box without me.
I got to her house with the box and I'm like, here's the box, and she goes, opened it?
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
like, I can't open it.
I kind of got like that's my job. That is my job. And then it was the end of May. And we did not want to start selling yet because with LuLaRoe at the time last year, if you sold for 3 consecutive, was it 3 or 4? 3 months.
3 months, I think.
3 consecutive months you qualified for a cruise.
Maybe it was 4 because we did September, October, November, December. So
4 months. 4 months. And I was like, why are we going to start now when the month's ending? You know, like let's kick off June with a bang. Melissa agreed. We had, I think, our nice last. Oh wait, no, I forgot. Hold on.
And it gave us
Wait.
Oh, okay.
So we opened the boxes. You know what it's like to have 8 boxes of LuLaRoe in your living room? Do you know what's even more fun? Is taking photos of 8 boxes of LuLaRoe.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Waiting those few days gave us time to like
photograph.
sift through, count things, inventory things, get a system going. We
Yes.
had her then what, 7-year-old? How old was she?
7. What
7?
did she do?
She was helping us unpull the things. She was making tally. She was tallying in a notebook how
Yeah.
many of what we got.
She was a good help.
She was. She wanted really bad to help us.
It's killing her right now that she's not in this video.
Yeah, she just keeps circling.
But we're
looking.
okay. We got this. We're at the park right now.
We are.
So, I mean, mom life, this is what you have to do. So we started selling June 1st. We did a Periscope sale for our first sale.
For
and
hours.
We did, the week before, we did a leading up where people won something every night and you had to be present in order to get the the win, so to speak. So again, we've never done this before, and I don't recommend it, but we spent 4 hours on Periscope.
Going through every piece of inventory.
Everything. So
Hindsight, bulk it.
I would do a style a night.
Maybe a couple.
I would do like the dresses, do one night, skirts another, etc. Because 4 hours, like my throat was dry.
By the end, we were like, we're gonna pull up chairs, because that was our thing. We're like, we're gonna stand because it's so much more fun when you stand.
We made these cute little signs.
We abandoned ship like.
We were gonna have like
2.5 hours,
on this side was what was coming, and then on this side was watch the replay, so that terrible. A lot of people.
She had it all planned out. She's like, I watched so many Periscopes, and this is gonna be perfect.
Perfect. Yeah. No. It's all good in your head until you start doing it, and then you're like,
and you're 3 hours in, and you're.
Wait a minute.
It's like 1 o'clock in the
morning.
We're
almost done, and everything is still on this side of the wall. So you kind of, throw that in the garbage. But we did really well. Our first night on Periscope, we sold like...
I feel like that first night we sold close to $900.
Yeah, between $900 and $1,000. And then the following day, we did a Facebook sale.
This wasn't the following day the in-home?
An in-home? We had an in-home?
With Sharon.
We did. Oh my God, we had our first pop-up that Friday.
Pop-up, the Friday after we started.
Oh my God.
We did our Periscope, I think it was Wednesday and Wednesday.
Friday was Facebook.
No, Thursday I think was Facebook, and then Friday was Sharon's in-home.
Yes.
It was Friday that we did.
So it was Periscope, Facebook, in-home. So we did our first in-home with a woman that I was going to Weight Watchers with, and we went to her house and packed it up. And it was awesome because her family helped us unpack.
It did, but it was a frightening in-home.
Very frightening.
Because it was in the middle of nowhere, and we were like, where are we going?
But it worked out really well.
It did. It was amazing.
And Melissa struggles with like people, like face-to-face people. Mm-hmm. So she's like, I'll do the invoicing, you do the people.
You help people.
So we got in, we set up, it was great. She put out some snacks, she invited her friends, she had a granddaughter there, and it was really cool to pick out things for these women who had never tried LuLaRoe, and they put it on and they were so happy with the way things fit.
Someone wanted to buy Stacy's maxi right off her body.
So I dropped my maxi right off my body. Luckily I had something on underneath. And it was just really fun. We met a lot of great women.
We did.
And they looked so cute in a lot of the clothes that they put on. And that was like $1,200.
That was a big night.
That was like $1,200. So the first week of selling, we probably sold, I want to say probably like $3,500.
Yeah, it was a whirlwind week.
Yeah.
Like, it was just nonstop.
And then we just kept at it. A lot of people in LuLaRoe aren't fans of multi-consultant sales. We love them. We love them because we have found some amazing customers.
That's where we find all of our like really like supportive VIPs have come from multi-consultant sales.
It's been great. Like
especially when we do like live.
Yes, the live
sales. Live multi-consultant sales. We like make friends.
We do.
And then they come and join us and hang out.
We did a ton of them. We sold in our sponsor Animatos's group, and in their Material Girls page, we debuted as well. So the first month we cruise qualified. So with that, there were things that we had to think about in terms of how we were going to run our business. So we started with free shipping because we felt that when I buy from Amazon, I get free shipping. If I don't get free shipping, I look somewhere else. So
even with LuLaRoe, when I was buying LuLaRoe before I was a consultant, if somebody didn't have free shipping, I normally didn't buy from them unless it was something like I absolutely needed.
Right. So we started that, and then at the end of the month, we closed books, and we cruise qualified. Like month 1. We busted our tail feathers, and it was a J month. It was June. So
and we were exhausted. Like beyond.
Like no sleep.
Like all night long.
But it's okay because we're still here.
And she's like, every day we're doing it. And I was like, can we have a day off, please?
No.
I'm so tired. She's like, no. I was like, all right.
So we killed it, right? We completely killed it. We did what we needed to do to meet our goals. And honestly, I mean, we slept. I didn't get my 8 to 10 hours a night that I usually like to get. We were
I
really
don't recall the last time I got 8
Exactly.
to 10 hours of
we were
sleep.
really backed up on our DVR to the point where I actually stopped watching some shows
still
because I was so behind. I was like, well, there's no point anymore. And my family felt a little neglected the first month.
So did mine. And I had to yell at my husband several times and said, he made me do this.
But you know what? It's starting any business, whether it's LuLaRoe, opening up a bakery,
Even
opening
any
up
new job.
anything.
Your first month, my
Yeah.
first year as a teacher, I was like sleeping and eating.
You just have to find like your way
And your balance.
Yeah.
And once we figured out our roles and who, because that was a big problem in the beginning. Like I would do something and then you would go start doing it and realize I did it, or you would do it and then I'd go start doing something and it'd be like, oh wait, no, she already did that.
It wasn't really so much the beginning. It was like 6 months.
It was. Like we finally started finding our groove.
Like November,
Yeah, definitely.
maybe September.
Yeah, probably September.
It
I feel
took-
like September was like when it started to even out.
Like 3 or 4 months it took us, because it's trial and error, right? I mean, we're 2 people,
With 2 different family schedules
And-
2 different types of jobs.
and 2 different completely personalities.
We are polar opposites.
Like beyond. So it's figuring out what was like a good balance for us. And people in hindsight ask me, "Oh, do you regret, getting into a partnership?" And I don't, because
do it on my own.
I wouldn't be able to cruise qualify. I wouldn't be able to be making the money that we're making now by myself, because there's not any more time in the day for me to do the part that she does. And that's, to me, worth it tenfold.
And it's also good to have someone to bounce ideas off of.
It is, and it's just exhausting. Like, we have girls on our team, and I give them so much credit, the girls who do it by themselves, because it's exhausting.
And most of them have kind of got their husbands on board.
Well, Rachel finally did.
And so did Mel.
Oh, Mel did?
Are you kidding me? My brother did a bunch of, my sister-in-law signed up under us. So my brother, while she was away in New York for
He
the
did
week,
the lives.
he did a bunch of live sales. He was nailing things for her.
And
like,
then the husbands, like, after they get over, like, the initial dislike
You're not
of
around
LuLaRoe,
anymore.
Yeah, after they get over that, like, seriously, they get on board and they get excited, right?
Yeah.
They get excited because they see you happy. They see a change in the way you're dressing,
yes.
a change in the way that you're looking, which helps in other areas, in terms of, like, that physical with your husband kind of thing. But it's just...
No more frumpy mommy.
Yeah, like sweatpants.
Like, I'm at the park with my kids in a dress.
I know.
I would have been at the park with my kids in, like, sweatpants
And a t-shirt.
and a t-shirt.
I love sweatpants and t-shirts. I literally...
I never wear them anymore, though.
I've worn, no joke, sweatpants twice this year.
I don't think I
And
wear
that's
them
only
at
because
all.
right out of the shower, I hate putting my leggings on.
Oh, because they stick. Yeah, they do. Because it's terrible. It's like shimmy, 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 shimmy.
So I put sweatpants on for like 20 minutes to get my legs like all dried and stuff and lubed up with some lotion. So, but that's it. We're gonna do videos more often now. We're gonna get you guys month 2 through 7, and then we'll be doing styling videos, and we're gonna do both. Melissa will do it and I'll do it, so you can see the difference in the sizes on how the different styling works. And we are eventually probably going to start selling on YouTube, because that's a new platform, and you reach a broader audience. So
Get
why not?
everyone involved.
Yeah.
Find our friends.
So that's our story to start. Again, I'm Stacy,
Melissa.
and we're LuLaRoe Stacy Melissa VIP, and our link is going to be in the description.
We do live sales every Sunday
We do.
morning.
At 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do album sales Tuesday nights.
Kind of hang out every Sunday morning.
We do.
For like an hour and a half.
You know what Wendy said to me? That she looks forward to Sundays now. Like,
We brighten everyone's Sunday morning.
like it's fun.
All right, so we again are LuLaRoe, Stacy, Melissa, and if you liked hanging out with us and watching our video, you can go into the description below and find the link to our Facebook page, and you can subscribe, and there's like a little bell button or something that you're supposed to click, and it'll let you know and alert you when we have posted a video. and give us a thumbs up.
And if you have any more questions, if you have any questions at all about becoming a consultant, feel free to join our page and email either Melissa or myself, and we can get you the information that you need. Thank you.
Bye.